Hello, this is Vampire here with a comic book review. This is a graphic novel, six comic books put into this, so it's a 160-page volume. It is by Comico, the comic company. The title is The Elementals, The Natural Order, and let's see, this was made in, first printing was 1988. So for me personally, 90s, 80s comic books, that's where I'm most comfortable. And those are the ones that I enjoy the most. The modern stuff, just it's not really my style, should I say? So because of the artwork, the retro style artwork and everything, it just worked well for me. It was a nice read. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so it pretty much starts off as your typical superhero team, comprised of these four individuals right here, and they're called the Elementals. So you could imagine rock, wind, water, and fire. So it's that's their powers, right? And honestly, that's not like super appealing to me. I don't think it's that unique, and I was like, okay, whatever. I get it. That's their powers. But hopefully, the story and the bad guys are going to make it interesting. Even though these guys, their powers kind of a little boring for me, right? Well, it changes. Okay, thankfully. Like I said, they pretty much start off as a typical superhero group, newly formed, but you find out that they died first and then they came back to life, and when they did, that's when they gained their superpowers. And they're all living in her, this is the water girl, her mansion that her dad owns, because her dad is a super rich lawyer. So they're all hanging out there and trying to like figure out, I guess, about their powers and stuff. And you find out that, okay, so the military is super interested in them, and the military kind of at the end of the story, the military rushes in, kind of like Enter the Dragon, the Bruce Lee classic, where they weren't the military, but they show up at the end after the island's been all jacked up and everything. And Bruce Lee's like, you guys are a little late. I already took care of the business, kind of thing. It's kind of similar in that sense. The military shows up at the end. So there is an island, and on this island there is a wizard. He is the main villain. Is this very powerful wizard? He is owner and commander of this island. He has a military force of maybe like 1,000 troops there. They're all women, and he has his own superhero team. Those, or should I say, super villain, a team of super villains that battle these guys mainly. So he has that. He has a team of doctors. I mean, this guy's super powerful. He's super set, and he's basically trying to take over the world. He wants to destroy the world, and only the strong will survive, type of thing. And once the people that survive, he believes that they are the only ones that deserve to live in this new world that he's going to create. So he's, crazy tyrant in a sense. So this wizard's super powerful, and like I said, earth, wind, water, and fire. You find out that at first it sounded like these guys were created from Earth, like the planet Earth made them. And I was like, okay, whatever, but actually it's not. In this world where there's this super powerful wizard who was actually brought back to life from the dead, and because of it, he can't die, and he is open a portal and is manipulating demons to take their power and stuff. And so the demons hate him. The demons from hell hate him absolutely, and he's in a way more evil than the demons, essentially. So that's who he is. He's a very evil being, and this tyrant that wants to destroy the earth and whatnot. So these people, they're actually there's a wizard, but then there's also these magical beings to like balance the earth in a sense. So along with this very powerful wizard, there is a magical eagle, a magical beast, a sea serpent, and an angel. So that's who they really are, and they just have powers from the elements. So once I read that, I was like, that's pretty cool. Now I like it. Now it's not just what are your powers. It's kind of like Avatar, The Last Airbender, where it's like wind, rock or earth and the fire. And now it's more of like the fantasy kind of world, with unicorns and stuff. It's dragons and knights and stuff. So more like Lord of the Rings. So that was kind of they don't go into that, but that's why the wizard is there, and that's why these people have their power. So I was like, that was a little bit more interesting for me, done that way. And yeah, it is violent. People die in this, and like it's pretty interesting how the different characteristics. Like he was, I think, a Vietnam vet. This is a child on the inside, and she is, brought up from a rich family, so she's kind of like a princess. And then this one is an ex-cop, so it's all the different personalities and the way they handle this situation of trying to defeat the wizard. It's pretty cool in that sense. So once again, I enjoyed it. Let me show you guys some of the artwork here, so you can see it is the retro style. So you can see here's the evil wizard there doing making what do you call it? Manipulating the demons. And so here is the green girl who's kind of almost looks like She-Hulk in a way. She is the but not buff. She is the sea serpent. And here's another shot of the evil wizard and the doctors and stuff. So anyway, at the end, these people fight the evil wizard and his minions multiple times, and basically they lose, and ultimately they are held captive on the island. So they're like prisoners there. So that was also an interesting take. But then when they find the right moment, they revolt, and they are able to destroy the island essentially with a huge tidal wave commanded by the sea serpent, and the rest just seize the opportunity. And basically, Vortex, the eagle, the magical eagle guy who can fly and use wind as his power, I believe it was him. He takes out the wizard essentially by taking the wizard to the demonic portal, and then the demons are like, yeah, we're ready to get revenge on this guy. So they took him to hell, and they're gonna do horrible stuff to him. So yeah, revenge is bittersweet type of thing. So yeah, that's the story. It was an interesting read. Thank you for listening, and take care, folks.